Dear doTERRA family, welcome to our weekly webinar. I hope you're doing great and have some good times ahead. Please let me take you now exclusively to Utah. I am proud to present for the next webinar some amazing presentations from our Leadership Retreat 2022. Watching these films, you can learn, feel excited, and get connected. Imagine you will be there like watching it from the very first row. I would suggest to get something to write notes, some refreshing drinks, and last but not least, turn on your diffuser and use your most loved oil. Please lean back, relax, and enjoy the trainings.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your founding executives, Chief Executive Officer Corey Lindley and President Emily Wright.
Oh, it's wonderful to be back, isn't it, Emily?
It feels so good. We've been craving to be with you in the room.
We have waited 2 years to be back in Phoenix, right?
We have 2 years.
So we're grateful to be with you. And I want to be back in that corner. They are so excited back there. Yeah, lots of energy.
I don't know. I think this corner over here is just a little bit more excited. Woo!
Wait, but they didn't hear me. Did you hear me? You're excited over here, right? See, I told you. That's where I want to be.
I don't know. How about our diamond leaders right up here in the front? Woo!
I didn't know they could still bring it. This was pretty good.
Oh, they've still got it, Corey. They've still got it.
You know, we are so excited, and we are happy to share with you a few things today that we're really excited about. You know, since we canceled and since we haven't been together, we've had 2 million people plus join the doTERRA family. Can you imagine that? It's been a remarkable time. We've all had a lot of learning and growth. But one of the things we wanted to share right at the start is what is vision? And we want to talk about the vision of doTERRA. We've spent a lot of time on that. Over the last 2 years, we haven't just hibernated and not been doing anything. Dave mentioned that we've spent a lot of work on our core values. But our vision is really focused on our purpose, our reason why we get up in the morning. What excites us about coming to work every day? What excites us about engaging every day in what we do? And so that's our purpose. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about our mission, which is what we're going to accomplish. What are we pursuing, and what are we going to do over the next few years, and what is our goal? Really, where do we want to go? And then our core values. How do we act? How do we operate? What do we do every day? These are core things that as founding executives, as Dave mentioned, you know, Dave has been very involved in this. Emily and I, Greg Cook, who's our chairman, also Dr. Hill has been very involved. Mark Wolfert, they're both here with us, and we appreciate them. And Rob was very involved. Rob Young as well. Everyone has been very involved in determining this and setting a foundation for us that we're real excited about. So let's talk a little bit more about why vision is so important. Why does it matter? Why do we need a vision? Well, I grew up knowing that a great proverb says, you know, where there is no vision, the people perish, right? We need a vision. We need to know where we're going. And a vision it really helps to create extraordinary human effort by all of those who are set to accomplish the vision. It gives us guidance for our strategies and our tactics. We're real excited about that because we're tired of just launching various programs that don't make a lot of sense. Everything we do is going to be tied in to our vision. And it creates community for all of us so that we can all work together to achieve new heights. We're really excited about the future. So Emily, why don't you talk about our purpose?
So when we first began, we got really specific about why doTERRA existed, right? What was our reason to be here, to be born? And as time has gone on, that has evolved and changed. And I'm really grateful for the last 2 years during this pandemic because I feel like, and I'm sure you felt the same, we were running so hard, so fast, that we lost ourselves just a little bit, right, in the busyness of it all. And so we really had to come down and get really specific. So when we talk about purpose, that is our why. That is our reason for existing. That is our North Star. So you think about the North Star as something that you never quite fully achieve, but it guides your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions. Everything that you do is going to be guided by your purpose, rooted in your why. I just want to roll this video because we got really, this has come with a lot of blood, sweat, tears, a lot of thought. We brought in our whole executive team to be part of this, to identify what is doTERRA's reason for being. Play the video, please.
We are doTERRA. We are intentional when we source the gifts of the earth, because we exist to enrich every life we touch. We advocate and we educate, because we feel inspired to empower everyone with natural wellness solutions. We are committed to advancing research and science that promotes the innovative use of essential oils. Together, we empower millions of people and communities in their pursuit of self-reliance. And as our business expands, we increasingly break cycles of human suffering and poverty around the world. We are doTERRA. We help the world heal.
You've heard me say before that your why had better make you cry. This new purpose for doTERRA, we help the world heal, has made us cry, right? This has come with so much intention. When we think about this, you might say, Emily and Corey, you've gone rogue, right? You're claiming that our products actually heal people? The healing goes so much deeper, doesn't it? When we talk about helping people, empowering people, enriching lives on both sides of the bottle. We talk about what we're doing through Healing Hands, right? And helping liberate people so that they can be more self-reliant. We talk about where we're going with science. You heard us at convention this year say, we're going places no one else can go because they're not willing to do what we're willing to do. We're trailblazers. And we want to do that in everything that we do. And so when we think about how we heal people, it's through relationships. It's through being here today. It's by caring more about the individual in front of you than you care about yourself. And that's what doTERRA is all about.
You know, helping the world heal encompasses many things, as Emily just said. We put these 5 statements with it that go along to explain what it means when we say we're going to help the world heal. You know, we intentionally source the healing gifts of the earth, enriching every life we touch, as Emily said, right? We empower people and communities in their pursuit of self-reliance. We break cycles of human suffering and poverty as our business expands. We educate and advocate and educate to empower everyone with natural wellness solutions. And we're advancing science for the innovative use of essential oils. You know, helping the world heal is why we get up, right? It's what we do. It's everything. And I'll tell you, in today's world, it's needed more than ever. Now, it's not a tagline, right? We still have pursue what's pure. We still have an essential oil in every home. We still have lots of things that we use. But our main driver, our purpose is to help the world heal. You know, that ties into our mission then. So if we have accomplished a lot, Emily, haven't we, over the last 12, 14 years?
14 years.
Right?
Right? We broke a lot of glass ceilings.
What have we accomplished, right? We're the largest essential oil company in the world.
And that was
Yeah.
And that was our goal, right? When we first began, we said we want to be the largest essential oil company in the world. And that was something that, as owners, it really motivated us. We wanted to not only provide the best and most pure essential oils, but also, right in that, be the largest essential oil company in the world, because that represented that people wanted something that was pure. But when we reached that goal, what was it, about 2014, what we realized is we'd come into a place known as "we have arrived" syndrome. And maybe you've recognized this in your own business. Maybe you've set a goal, right, where you want to be silver or gold or diamond or even presidential diamond, and you achieve that goal. And then it's, now what, right? What is my next mountain to climb? And this is where we got really intentional about identifying what is our next mountain to climb.
Yeah, and it's an ambitious goal. And it's a goal that is really driving us and drives our strategies and drives what we do. And we spent a lot of time talking about how ambitious do we want our goal to be, right? Well, if you know Emily, and if you know me, we like to set strong goals and we like to achieve them, okay? And so we've set an ambitious goal where our goal is to triple our impact in the world by the year 2030, yeah? Okay? You know, we talked about...
I don't think they're excited enough about that yet, right?
Let me ask you this. We had some debates. Just a minute. We had some debates internally, right? Some felt like we're already a pretty large company, right? We're the largest essential oil company in the world. We're, one of the top 10 direct selling companies in the world. We've done a lot of things. We had many on our team say, maybe we should just double our business, double our impact over the next 8 years, right? How does doubling sound, right?
It's still pretty impressive.
It's fine, but we really want to focus on tripling. Tripling is what's motivating to us, yeah. Let me give you a little sense of this. Tripling our impact means tripling the number of people who are empowered, right? It's talking about leaders. It's talking about you. It's talking about people's in your lives, in your organizations, and tripling the impact. It talks about lives improved, tripling the number of growers. It talks about people in the communities that we serve, tripling the number of those that we can serve. And then it's talking about tripling the progress that we will make. For example, we've set some ambitious goals internally about eliminating the use of plastics in our business, about finding ways to become carbon neutral by the year 2030. These are ambitious goals that are a significant change from where we've been, and we're excited about them. I want you to know we have a very strong foundation today, but there's a lot more that we can yet accomplish. The only way we're going to do that is if all of us work together. Everyone is critical to our mission. So, are you with us? Yeah. Okay. You're going to hear more about this, and we're excited about where this is going to take us. So you're going to hear more about this throughout the next few days. Now let's talk a little bit more about our core values, Emily. Okay.
We look at the all-encompassing vision. Core values is absolutely key. When we first began, we had an operating agreement that we had with each other, and we made agreements to one another. And one of those things was egos are checked at the door. We're here to lift, we're here to serve, and there's no place here for ego. But and when we first began, we were a young, small company, and we knew every one of you personally. We knew all of our employees personally, and so those values that were important to us got carried on. But now we're over 5,000 employees strong and millions of customers and wellness advocates all over the world. And so we really wanted to get very specific about what our core values are. And a core value is who we are, right? It's how we behave, it's how we think, it's the actions that we take. But it really comes down to those ideals that make us who we are. So as Dave talked about, be doTERRA, right? We identified 6 of those core values, and Dave spoke about 2 of them today, but it's be the legacy. We are good stewards, right? Be pure. We cultivate trust.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
It's dangerous,
so we'll
when you have this in charge. Right?
He loves to call the shots, right? To be curious. We are always improving. Be empowering. We invest in collective impact. Be leader-focused. We prioritize our builders, you, right? And to be customer-obsessed. We serve with excellence. So let's talk about the first one, be the legacy. We talk about be the legacy. This is something that was designed for our employees at the home office, your support team, right? And so as you look at these things, I want you to know that these are the things that we hold dear. This is who we are in everything that we do and supporting you every single day. Now, as you look at these things, you may say, well, maybe that's not completely relevant to me and my business. This is where you get to personalize it for you, right? You are the CEO of your own business. And so you get to get really specific about what the values are for you. But here are the values for doTERRA. We talk about being the legacy. It's about thinking outside of yourself, right? Sometimes we internalize things and we think things are happening to us rather than for us. And it's really easy to play the blame game, right? And sometimes we can get a little bit selfish and we can get a little bit territorial and point the finger. And so we really wanted our employees to be very collaborative, to think outside of themselves, to think about how they can contribute to the whole, how they can help someone else be successful, how they can help you be successful, to be a product of the product, to make sure they are using our products every single day, to make sure they're on their desk, right, that they are truly representing all that doTERRA is, and to be obsessed with excellence, right? To always do the very best job that they can and to take pride in that. And when I think about be the legacy, this is about creating something that lives so much far beyond yourself.
Thanks, Emily. It's really important. I think of be the product, be a product of the product. I think of some employees who have said, our wellness advocates, our leaders shouldn't say this about frankincense. And because here's all we can say, and my first response is, have you ever used frankincense? Okay, so let's be a little bit more creative here, because unless you've really used it and you know what it's all about, it's really hard to start to make claims that sometimes our people want you to make.
So true.
In any event. Okay, be pure. Be pure is a really key one. We want purity to come through not just in our product, but in what we say and what we do. We want our employees to all learn to keep their commitments, right? So when we say we're going to call you back tomorrow or we're going to follow up on something, that we actually do it. It's a key part of who we are. Emily, you want to talk about be empowering?
Be empowering. We love this one. We're one team. We're one doTERRA, right? And so how can we empower others to rise up, to really think outside of where we're at and make sure that they feel valued, that they feel seen? You'll notice kind of a common thread through all of these values is that we listen, right? We want to hear you and to hear one another. And so that's something that's very, very important to us, to make sure people feel that collective impact that we are creating.
Yeah, in fact, you talk about mention listening. In these values, we mentioned the word listen 4 different times, trying to tell our employees we need to listen better, okay? The next one is be curious. And I love this one. We've actually spent a lot of time. You're going to want to listen very carefully this afternoon to Sarah Marie when she talks about some things, because we are working incessantly in the company right now to help our employees find ways to say yes instead of saying no, okay? This involves things like placements. It involves things like Somehow when you talk about that, you'll always get a big cheer. I'm still learning. Okay, but, we're taking steps. We're announcing some things this afternoon that we are really excited about. I just want you to know this is just the beginning. We are changing our culture at a company so that we can learn to say yes. All right?
Dave touched on this one already, but, as we've talked to our employees, we've shared with them, your success, the success of our wellness advocates determines the success of all of doTERRA. You don't have a job unless our wellness advocates are able to be successful. And to really change that mindset, right? To know that they are a service to you. and to think creatively. And you're going to hear more things today because we've gotten creative in supporting you. And some of the policies that we've had in place, we've looked at them going, who put that in place? Why does that exist? It doesn't make any sense, right? And so we've really thought outside of the box. And it's just the beginning. You're going to see more.
Yeah,
and then the last one.
And a key part of that is we want to hear from you too, right? So,
please.
So we do want to listen. Finally, of course, Dave mentioned about being customer obsessed. This is critically important. We know that you work so hard to capture customers, to work with people. We want to delight them everywhere we turn. And we are very, very focused on that. So in summary, these are our values. As Emily mentioned, these are for our employees, as the bullet points are. But we feel like, as leaders, each of you should be able to take these 6 things and adapt them to your team. Because as you're the same as we are, we're working together. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But as we work together on the same vision, the same mission, the same purpose, we will accomplish amazing things.
I have to share just one thing before I leave the stage. I want to share with you how excited I am to work side by side with this man. Right? You may look at us and say, wow, right? They're so different. Actually, I've looked at our top 10 strengths. 7 of our top strengths are actually the same, even though we approach them very differently. And Corey...
Very differently. Oh, sorry.
Right? And Corey approached me after he'd been, I think you were in Peru with the Brazil group.
That's right.
Yes. And he said, Emily, I have to confess something I shared with them about how you and I work together. It's like I shared with them that, it's kind of like the head and the heart have come together, right? Clearly the head, right? This man is absolutely brilliant. I've never met another mind that works like Corey's mind. And the heart, and I just want you to know that I've taught this guy how to hug really, really well.
No,
right?
no. Don't take a picture of that, okay?